How about now? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me now. Alright. This is a bit of an issue with YouTube's live streaming today, because when I tried to start the live stream, it said there was an error and live stream wasn't available today. So hopefully is whatever their issues are is being worked out. XERS starting to pop out of this little triangle here. But what I was saying was Daniel B has Ross Cameron as his profile picture right now. That's what I was laughing at. So Robinhood is trash. Ooh, the XERS starting to move a little bit, but Robinhood is trash. It's just it doesn't have a desktop platform either. This is Thinkorswim, and it's TD Ameritrade. This is going to be 100 times better than Robinhood. So, if the first thing you want to do, SME, first thing you want to do is get an account with Thinkorswim or Webull, maybe. Webull has a desktop platform that's not too bad. But the best free desktop platform is Thinkorswim, the one I'm using. And it's pretty much what most traders in the chat use is Thinkorswim. So you just, here. I'm going to type it in the chat for you so you can have it spelled. Yeah, today is going to be a little sketchy. We have to think about, you know, it's a holiday weekend, and this is a big holiday. You know, it's the 4th of July. It's probably one of the biggest holidays of the year, especially for traveling. So I would imagine a lot of traders are probably going on vacation or whatever they're going to do, but we might have, you know, a little lack of volume today. The SPY, on the other hand, is recovering very well from this little dip it had. But any trade you take today, you're going to want to be pretty cautious on. Like, you're not going to, like, today is not a day where I'm going to be holding, looking for very big rips. Like, I'm looking for small, quick rips, quick pops, in and outs. SME, is that the ticker symbol? Because it's not showing up for me. It's saying nothing. It's saying this does not exist. So I don't know if you can tell me what ticker symbol you're talking about. GNUS getting a little pop today so far. Oil ETN moving, but that's just because the whole market is rebounding. SRE, okay. SRNE looks sketchy. It's selling off pretty hard. It's cracking this old support here, so if it cracks this support, it could drop all the way to 630. I wouldn't touch this right now. I mean, it's just selling off. It does have volume, but it's just selling off. I mean, it's just cracking down. Maybe if it comes down to 628 or something. I feel like FRAN, it had this little flag in pre-market and got a nice little pop, but I feel like it's going to do like QLGN did yesterday and just sell off from here. It's pretty similar looking flag and leg up. Keep an eye on Solo here. Solo's trying to break above this resistance. $274, so it's got some resistance at 270, 275, 274 area. Job halted twice. I forgot to put that on my watch list. Is it halted? 140, 188. I don't know if I like that it's halted twice already. One thing I don't want to do is get into a halt fest. Like, if this is gonna be one of them stocks that halts every 2 minutes, then I really don't want to mess with it. But we'll see. Let's see what the PR says. So they eliminated some debt. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say, Dom. The news is like, it's like, okay, they got rid of some debt, but is that worth a whole $1.33 so far that it's moved this morning? I mean, this is quite a big rip from 48 cents all the way up to 215. So job is pretty overextended. I just don't know if them getting rid of some debt is really all that worth that much of a move. Oh, Solo's popping up. Let's see. I'm gonna if Solo can pop over 275, I may look for an entry on the pullback. So they hit right there at 274, top of this candle here. I'll give Solo a little bit more time, like 5 more minutes, 5 or 10 more minutes. See if it holds up, if it can keep up in that upward direction. Nothing on BYFC, take that off. NIL is selling off. Actually, that looks like that's going to sell off. I'm going to leave on my watch list for a little bit longer. This is about to sell off pretty hard, it looks like. Oh, and they got Andela. See, it's, yeah, that's kind of weird. Kind of all over the place. It was down at 180. Now it's starting to pop back up some more here. I don't know. I don't know about Job. It seems, looks like it's about to get halted again. Yeah, so this is going to be a halt fest. So this is going to be hard to play. Because it's just going to, every time, look at all the buyers coming in. There it goes. Now it finally halted. Ton of buyers coming in, but I mean, it moved what, 191 to 215, so 25 cents before it was halted. So it's just a halt fest. It's gonna be hard to get in and out of this if it's getting halted every couple of minutes. Oh, Solo popped up a little bit more. So I'm selling at 280. I was really wanting to see a pullback on Solo. But Solo hitting a new high. New high a day. Green Job at 192, one live. Nice job getting in there. The scary part is it got halted right at this 215 resistance. But there's, I mean, it did, I don't know if it's going to gap up very much though out of that. Damn, Solo's still running. Let's see, CEIM. Oops. Alright, Solo just doesn't want to have a pullback. May look for here's the pre-market high on Solo. I may look to see if it bounces off a pre-market high. Yeah, FRAN selling off pretty hard here. How's SHIB doing? Ship is still. Look at this. This is a very long channel that Ship is still in. I'm gonna put Ship on my watch list. I'm gonna keep an eye on Ship, especially today with it being a pumpy day. If Ship starts getting pumped, and it breaks that 250. Is it IODOM? Yeah, IO's got a little pop so far. It's testing the 100-day moving average right now. See, there's job popping up out of that halt, but selling is starting to come through, it looks like, on this. Oh, nope, buyers pushing it back up again. So I had a quick little pullback and now pushing up one more time. It's getting a little sketchy though. It looked like it was about to get halted and the sellers are matching up with the buyers. I don't know. This is... It's a little sketchy. There you go, One Life. Nice job getting a quick profit on this crazy halty mess. It's getting halted on the way down now. Solo still popping. Right? It's a pretty good win. Come on. So IO did pop over this downtrend, but it's got a little bit of one of those bent fishing rods going on right now, so I'm going to touch it right now. So Solo hit a new high on that candle. Alright, Solo finally having a somewhat of a pullback here. Looks like it's trying to find support at 280. Let's see if that 275 area holds up. If it comes down though, it might not come down now. It might try to hold the bottom of this green candle body at 280. Yeah, trying to find support at 280. If it's gonna hold up 280 support, I may look for a possible entry on this. It's kind of looking like it might start flagging here. See, GLB is unhalted. Sorry guys, I'm just thinking real hard. I'm just watching this real close right now. Mm, 280 still trying to hold a support. So I want to see if buyers keep coming in at 280. It's kind of ruining that flag now. Okay, so 280 is cracking. Alright, that's what I was waiting on. Well, I was waiting to see if 280 was going to hold up. If 280 could have held up, then I would have tried to get in probably like 281. I was looking for it to flag and then break over 3, because 3 is kind of the top resistance, top of this candle, and then 325. So I was looking to try to get about 30-40 cents if that 280 could have held up, but it didn't. So now, this big red candle, I don't really want to touch it anymore because it kind of looks like a bent fishing rod. That's why 280 needed to hold up. If 280 could have held up, could have been a possible play there, but nothing there now. But I was debating it hard. See, FARN trying to find some support, it looks like, in the $687 area. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Hold on a second now. What was we doing, Solo? Solo's pushing back up to 280. Yeah, a minute and a half on this candle. Let's see if this candle closes back above 280. If it closes back above 280, could still have a potential move. Jobs is looking crazy. Well, here's a nice little bull flag on IO. I might go on IO with this flag. What was it? It's flagging at the 100-day, right? Yeah, okay. It's flagging right at the 100-day. It does have some room. If it does break over this 306 in this flag. Let me look at everything here. XZRS is trying to, let's see, we've got a couple of stocks popping out of their downtrends. So it bounced off the VWAP. Is that where the VWAP was at 272? And so it was back over. It looks like this flag is going to crack down on IO. Let's look back here. Let's see. I wouldn't really consider this well. Yeah, this is it's still, I mean, it's kind of a flag. It's a weird, kind of a weird shaping flag. I don't know. Maybe IO is going to break this flag. Let's see. Maybe the flag's more like this on IO. You're back in job 206. One Life is having a time of his life jumping in job in and out of those halts. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it got halted again. It's getting halted left and right. Descending triangle on Solo. Solo's starting to pop a little bit here. Come back up. You're talking about like at Dom flat on the bottom. For IO. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, descendant. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that you got to understand about flags and triangles and all that stuff. There's names for all of them, but it boils down to they're a triangle. And whether or not it's a descending or bear flag or bull flag, like none of that really matters. It depends on what the stock is doing. See, like Solo's breaking over this and a weird little flag. Just pushed up to 298. I'm gonna go on Solo, I think, here and see if it breaks over 3. Because it is popping out of this flag. I want to see if it's going to break over 3. Taking out a lot of sellers at $2.99. Woo, there's a lot of sellers at $3. There's a wall at $3. I may have to get out if this wall doesn't break down soon. It's slowly getting attacked, but man, it's a lot of sellers. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Now it's breaking over 3. One of those faux walls like yesterday. All I'm looking for is up to 325. Let's see if it can get up there. There we go. There we go. Pushing over 310, 315, a little bit of selling. Let's see $3 start holding up a support. If $3 starts cracking, I'm just going to get out. So it did get all the way up to 315, but I'm wanting to be cautious today, so I'm not going to be risking much. Oh, big buyer just came in at 308. That's nice to see. Let's see if this gets, there we go, trying to push back over 310. In fact, I'm going to put a stop loss at 299, I think, just in case. Good morning, Mark. What's up, buddy? Let's see if Solo can push over 315, and I'll take this stop. Oh, there we go. We're moving up to 325 now. Or at least it's going to try to move in that direction. Breaking over 320. Let's see 325. We're moving on up there. Actually, there's not a ton of selling at 325. But that's my profit target, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to take that little profit. It's 12 bucks, whatever. It's not much, but that was my profit target. Then it's moving up. Breaking over 325. So now it's actually just made a new high of the year. So very nice. Very nice. I only went 50 shares. I went really small position because I'm being very cautious today. It is a very ugly day. Or not an ugly day, I would say, but it's just a weird day because of the way the holiday falls and all that. So I'm happy. That's good. Nice little triangle. But what I was saying about triangles was this is, it can be a descending and it can still rip. Like, there's no, man, this is still moving up all the way up to 335 so far. So, like, they can have all these names, but they don't really mean anything other than it's a triangle. So, triangles are not going to work 100% of the time in one direction. And because stocks can either go up or down, it's kind of 50-50, but you're just looking for the triangle to break. Once the triangle breaks, because this triangle on Solo is like a really, I don't even know what you want to call this triangle. It's kind of weird. But it was pointing down, and once it breaks over the top of the triangle, you get a nice move. It could have easily just sold off, but once it cracks, you know not to get into it, or if you're already into it, to have a stop loss close. Something about Solo, One Life. Solo's little ugly triangle. One Life is the triangle master. He can attest to what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you can look at all the different types of triangles, but it doesn't really matter what type of triangle is. What matters is whether it breaks up out of the triangle to the upside. Yeah, on the 5 minute. It may be a triangle on the 1 minute. I didn't look that specific into it. Yeah, as you can see, it's kind of a triangle on the 1 minute. But I didn't even look at the 1 minute. I could just kind of tell by the 5 minute that it was kind of making a triangle. But all I was saying, One Life, is that it doesn't matter what type of triangle it is. It only matters if it breaks above the top of the triangle. Triangles can be facing all kinds of different angles. They can be pointing up. They can be pointing up and it sell off. They can be pointing sideways and it sell off. They can be pointing down and it sell off. They can also be pointing all those ways and go up. So wow. Thanks, Mark. That's interesting. It's like I inceptioned the triangle on Solo. They have triangle shaped cars. XZRS, let's take a look at it. My only issue is there's not a lot of volume on this. Like, it did get above the downtrend, but there's like no volume whatsoever in these candles. It had a pop, it had some volume here. It had 1 million in volume, but this volume has slowly died off. And this last candle, the last 5 minute candle, had like 20,000 shares. So there's not a lot of volume on it right at this second. And you want to see, when you're coming into these downtrend breaks or triangle breaks or U-shaped breaks or any type of breaks, you want to see volume kind of ramping up into that break. And you just, this is like barely any volume when it did pop above right here. And it did have a pop right here, but it couldn't hold above. Did I One Life? Did I? Apparently I did. Well, listen, it's a weird day because it's a holiday, and 325 was the highest that it's ever been on Solo. So that's why I was being cautious and getting out of there. I didn't, and you can see it pushed up and pushed back down, but yeah, I did leave quite a bit more money on the table than I could have got. But I was nervous about that 325, that high of the year. That's on a day like today, where it's a short week. What do you mean don't let Daniel B get in my head? Daniel B wasn't in my head. Daniel B's not even said anything in the last hour. I don't think it's mumbo jumbo. In my experience, short weeks like this, Thursdays or whatever the day is right before the market being closed the day before, is usually a little sketchy. But I will say this: the SPY is, the whole entire market has made a huge rebound this morning. Well, I won't say huge, but I mean it moved $5 on the SPY, so that's a pretty big move in pre-market. But so there is some optimism in here today that I personally was not really expecting for a holiday weekend. But it is what it is. I made a profit. It's not much. It's $12, but whatever. I'll take it. I think it can. I think it can matter. We'll agree to disagree one life. Although you're winning right now, you're winning the argument because I've left about 20 cents so far on the table. So, but it is what it is. Solo is getting some volume though. Look at these green candles that started coming in. 4.6 million in volume, 4.5 million in volume. Yeah, I may have been a little too cautious. See, Daniel B with that Ross Cameron picture is just killing me. I may have been a little too cautious, but hey, profit is a profit. It is what it is. I don't have the 9 on for some reason. I just now realized I don't have the 9 EMA on my chart. You stay until the 9 tells you to leave. I should probably put the 9 back in. I didn't even realize I had the 9 off of my 5-minute chart. I don't remember taking it off. Well, I only went 50 shares, so I'm not going to scale out on 50 shares. I mean, it's just too small of an amount to try to scale out on. That's fine. I'm fine with it. A win is a win. From yesterday to today, I'm 3 for 3 of my trades, so I'm gonna take it. Daniel B is a gypsy. There you go. Nice job, Jersey Flyer. Hey, it's like I said, it's a holiday. It's a holiday week, man. Who cares? As long as you get a little bit of profit, that's all I care about. That's what I'm happy about. It was a pretty good setup. This is a pretty good predictable setup. It was pretty easy. Excuses. One life, man. You're fired up today. Nice. Great job, Epic. Good job, guys. Daniel B, please don't start that. Don't even get that going. Well, good job. I'm glad I'm glad some of you guys made some money on Solo. It's all right, Kofi. Let's see. At this point, Solo was pretty much all I was looking at. CMI actually did sit here and pop. Wow. So this is a nice strong break, but of the downtrend. You have kind of a weird little ugly triangle there. Could be something on CEMI. I mean, there's still some possible opportunities. I don't know yet on CEMI, though. Solo, watch next move. I mean, this stock does have some volume, but I don't like this. This looks very barcodey. One of my rules is to stay away from anything that looks like a barcode. It is moving up, but me personally, I don't want nothing to do with this. I wouldn't trade it. I mean, it does have a gap right here. This is a pretty, on this cheap of a stock, a 2-cent gap is a pretty big gap, but it's just so barcodey, it's sketchy. And Solo's starting to make another little possible triangle, it looks like. Don't worry, Kofi. You'll get there, buddy. It takes time. It takes time. I've been doing it for 5-something years, and I make mistakes and screw up all the time. So you just started, man. So you got plenty of time. Like I said, by the time you're my age, you'll be a millionaire sitting in your mansion. Because you're extremely young still. So you got plenty of time. Boxlight, it just never does anything. Like, and it's barcodey too. Yeah, look at the 1 minute how barcodey this is. You don't want to touch Boxlight. Like, it gets moves from time to time, and then they just sell off. But this stock is pretty barcodey, so I'd probably stay away from it. Solo might have a chance for another move. Starting to kind of make another triangle here on the 5 minute. If it could break over this 334. Or not 334, I'm sorry, but over the top of the triangle. I was just looking at what the price was when I said that. Looks like it's starting to pop here a little bit. Actually, I can see the 1 minute there. It's getting held up at the 1 minute. And buyers pushed it up. Or trying to push it up over the top of the triangle. On the 1 minute though, it looks like it might need to come down again, maybe, but maybe not. There you go. Nice job, Epic. What? I know what you're trying to show on live on the 1 minute chart for that break. But if you're looking at the 5 minute chart, if this candle right here and closes over, close over starts breaking over this red candle like it is now, it's an engulfing candle. It's alright, Kofi, don't get frustrated. The opportunities will be there. But if it's gonna affect your trading for the day, then yeah, you gotta. It'd be better just to call it a day. Have you a nice weekend. But there is a possible opportunity on solo. My only thing, and there is some selling pressure. My only thing with solo at this point is, you're buying at this new high and stuff. If you were getting in it, and I like to be in a little bit lower, closer to the initial move than this second move. But it does look like it might try to pop out of this flag. Actually, I think I've got the flag drawn wrong here. If I draw it on the 1 minute, it look more like that. Give me just a second, guys. See if we can break over 350. I don't know about solo right now. Oh, if it starts cracking down too low. Because right now we got higher highs and higher lows if it can stay above 325. Because you want 325 to be that new low, or that new higher low. Hmm, 325 just cracked. So, I mean, it's... See, where's the bottom right there? 320. The low is 318. And if it cracks below 318, it's going to be done. And 325 still. Still trying to hold up here. Now it's cracking. Now it's cracking 318. Oh nope. Let's see if it holds 318. If it doesn't hold 318, it's probably definitely done. Draw a line right across there. I don't know. I don't like looking at the 1 minute that much. And okay, it's starting to look like bent fishing rod here. So this is probably going to sell off now. So possibly. It's trying to hold that 318 support though, but I don't think it's going to be able to. Because this is a pretty big red candle so far. This is an engulfing bearish candle because the red candle is engulfing the green candle. So if you look at candlesticks like that, then that usually signifies a sell-off as well. But this candle isn't closed yet. Got 40 seconds on to close. I don't know. In any case, the getting back here, getting in back here is a lot better than trying to get in up here, looking for, the break of the triangle or whatever it was at the moment. Because now it's not even a triangle. Like, I rarely would want to get in something after this much of a move. So yeah, I think that's probably done. Looks pretty done. Let's see, anything else going on now? Is everything decided to die off now? Looks like everything's died off now. BLNK. That's another one of the EV stocks. Got to move from 540 up to 620, 625 actually. Pretty nice move there. It's having a bit of a pullback. Yeah, I'm just not personally a fan of jumping back in after a stock has made a big move. Like here, this was a decent move, but it wasn't a huge move, and you get a little pullback in this area, and then you get another leg up. But that's that's 2 legs up, and then this would have to be the third leg. And the higher you're getting up in the stock price, the more riskier it's going to get, because the more people are going to be selling and locking in profits. You got to ask yourself, where are the old buyers going to sell? And if any buyers got in at the break, kind of this U shape right here, this pre-market resistance high at 270, they're going to be selling up here in this 350 area most likely. But thanks, Epic. I appreciate that. But yeah, you see, like, there's a lot of ways to look at it to see us breaking down. Like, One Life could see it on the 1 minute with his triangle strategy, that triangle is going to break down. I just, most of the time, anytime I see this kind of reverse, or not reverse, but this bent fishing rod looking thing, which is just my own pattern that I kind of made up, but I see it so many times. There may be a name for it, but I just call it a bent fishing rod because that's what it looks like to me. Like a fish is on the end of the line right here, pulling it over. But to me, if I'm looking for a good setup, I want to be somewhere near the bottom. I don't want to be getting in way up here, because if this becomes the top, then you just bought in up here at the top. So that's what you got to think about. The higher the price goes, the higher the price goes, the more likely that you're going to find the top eventually, is what I'm trying to say, basically. Fran's cracking down. Yeah. It's a little ugly. PSD. Well, PSD is not showing me anything, so there's nothing really I can look at on that. Is that the right ticker symbol? Looks like pretty much everything is done. The only thing I see. Let's see, where did XERS go? XERS, okay. XERS is kind of staircasing down. And BLNK is selling off now at this point. PDD, okay. I don't particularly like what I'm seeing. Because you're way up here. On this whole chart, you're way up here at the top. There's no PR. And I don't really know much about this stock either. Let's see, you got a high, that 90.48, that's going to be major resistance. So, I mean, if this does somehow make some type of pattern or whatever to reverse back around, you got maybe $2 in there of profit, maybe. Unless it breaks out of this. But I don't think it would do it today. I think it'd be more likely next week that it would break. If it's going to break up, because you kind of got, I don't know, it's a little sketchy right at this moment. It's not one I'd want to touch. I would look for the move maybe more on Monday or Tuesday for that type of stock. Anyway. Daniel B, what are you doing, man? Daniel B. What are you doing? Big red day. You never have big red days. No, that's exactly. I didn't think about that. It's because you put Ross Cameron as your profile picture. That's why you lost today. You cursed yourself. You cursed yourself for for putting his picture on there. That's why you lost. And you deserve every bit of those losses for putting his face on your profile picture. No trades for you yet, Don? Hey, it's a day where you can set up. It's one of those days where you can sit out and sit on your hands and not trade. And the longer today goes on, the more likely volume is going to die off in the market. So, it's not. I mean, if you want to sit out today, there's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't blame you at all. Can't wait to see your recap video. Yeah, Solo's cracking down. That's what I'm saying. Everything's probably going to start cracking down. Or selling off or whatever. Just because. CMEI has a bit of a triangle right here. You got a decent little triangle, little kind of flag there. Ooh, let me see this gap. What is it? What is this gap we got back here? 420. So 430 breaks 430. Then we have room up to 485 it looks like. And 517, 562, 593. There's some potential still on CEMI, but like I said, the longer the day goes on, the more risky it could be. AYRO. But I'm going to give the stream about 10 more minutes here. Got a decent upward move. Well, it's kind of a weird chart pattern, but so you got major resistance going to be at this 330 area, 330 to 335. I'll just look for this $3, 305, 3010. No, I look for probably about 307 to hold up. How much volume has this had? This did get a little bit of volume, but I mean, it's possible there could be a play there. Let me see the 1 minute. It's possible there could be a play there. Jobs halted again. Oh, yeah. Job coming back up again. That's pretty crazy. Now, also on this triangle CMI, the volume is very, very low. You're going to want to see volume start coming back into this, into $4. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of I mean, there's very little volume on this right now. So even if it does break out of this triangle, it's not gonna. Without a ton of buying volume, it's probably gonna get hung up at $4. Listen, you can't control me. I'm not yours to be controlled. I do what I want. You talk crazy to me one life. Let's see here. Let's a little bit of volume creeping in here. Let's see if this triangle breaks. If it starts popping over 4 or not. Still, it's just not a lot of volume yet. Now you're starting to get a little bit of buying volume coming out of this triangle. Let's see what happens here at 4. See if it breaks 4. Big seller sitting at 4, slowly getting taken down. Volume starting to come back into this a little bit. 4 still holding up though. That was kind of my concern there. Is there enough volume to break over 4? Up there it goes. Little pop over 4 so far. I don't know, Daniel B. I'm using a computer, so am I Amish? Probably not. Great skills of deduction you have there. Pretty, I'm, I'm pretty sure they do not like electronics. Now CMI is starting to pop a little bit. Got some sellers at 410, but looks like it's pushing through there. Or trying to. It's trying to slowly eat them away. And the job's halted, but there's not really. It's hard to get an entry on this weird halt fest because you don't really have any patterns or anything like that. You just kind of having, I don't know. It feels gambly. Solo's ready to move. Solo is, I don't know about that. Solo looks like it's trying to find support at $3. If it finds support at $3, that could be a possible play then. So it's got a little pop out of this triangle. Not a very big pop, but a decent little move. Lots of patterns on what? On job? Is that what you're talking about? Is Netflix going down? I don't know. We can take a look at it. I mean, Netflix hit an all-time high today. So, it's not... I mean, it did sell off after hitting an all-time high, which is not surprising. But at this moment, you are building some lower lows. Or I'm sorry, you're building higher lows. See a low here, a low here. You're starting to build those. But, I mean, I don't normally trade stocks like this high. I mean, I don't see an opportunity on it yet, really. Unless that could be somewhat of a triangle, I guess. Let's see, CMI is starting to pop up a little bit more here. Check is trash. Check is the garbagest stock that's ever been around. I've said it so many times that now I'm having to sing it. CHK is trash. CHK is TRASH. Trash. There. Does that answer your question? Why do I have to explain this again? Why is the stock debate of my existence, guys? I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. This stock. Why? The CHK is haunting me. What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? Oh my goodness. I can't escape it. It's every day. No kidding. That's what I'm saying. Like, this stock is like haunting me. It's like literally haunting me. I don't understand why every day. Facebook had a big run up. Yeah, I mean the overall market is going up, so if the overall market's pushing up, Facebook's and Netflix and those companies are they're gonna be pushing up as well. The market did have a pullback, but you can well, I'm not gonna say I guarantee, but I would imagine, yeah, Netflix and the overall market probably are similar looking. So that's Netflix's chart on the 5 minute, and then that's the SPY. So Netflix is a little more up and down, but still kind of the same thing. Netflix was going up when the market was going up. Market started coming back down. Netflix started coming back down. And probably the same thing with Facebook is what I would imagine. Yeah, so there's Facebook. Well, actually, it kind of did the opposite, so I don't know what was going on with that, but... Oh, this is why Facebook's having issues, because Zuckerberg is refusing to change his policies, which is the reason why Coca-Cola and a lot of other big advertising companies have boycotted putting their ads on Facebook, because this is a whole thing, and this is going to be with Facebook and Twitter and Google and a lot of these social media platforms. It's going on right now, but basically it's something to do with being, you're either a publisher or you're a platform or a public forum. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all these are supposed to be public forums, which means that it means that they really can't regulate and put these policies like Zuckerberg has in Facebook. They legally can't do that because they're supposed to be public forums, which means you have the right to free speech. Now, if they're considered a publisher, then that they're a private business by being considered a publisher, and they can decide what can be posted and what can't be posted. And Facebook and Google and some of these, like, I don't really want to say YouTube. I'm not sure if YouTube's really done it that much, but Facebook and Twitter definitely have been doing some things like this. You can't be both. You can't be a publisher and a public forum. Okay, the law specifically split those into two different things, and they're trying to be both. So Facebook has been getting hit a little bit. I mean, you can see right there where it had a nice big drop, but that is what is going on with these platforms like Facebook and Twitter, is they're trying to fight against those laws, I guess. But I don't know how that's going to end up going for them, because, like I said, you can't be both, and they're trying to essentially be both. So... let's see, what's up, Solo? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. You hopped in there looking for the $3 support to hold. It's looking alright right now. I can check PDD again, but I don't think it's going to have done anything. PDD. Yeah, it's moving back up. Like I said, you got room up to 948. I just don't think it's going to break that high day to day. It might. It is possible. It did get a nice little bounce off of there. A $2 bounce. But it's coming up to a really tough resistance area, and that would be my concern on it, on today being the end of the week. I think it would be more likely to break and make a new high. I don't know, maybe I said high a day, but a new high of the year next week. It would be more likely than this week. Although it is, let's see, there's a lot of sellers at $90, but if it can break over that, I mean, it's possible. It's very possible it could break over the high of day today, but I just don't think it will personally. But it could. Yeah. So that one. So this is what I was. This was the original statement I was trying to make. I was making yesterday on Marvel and or not Marvel, but on Crown Castle and American Tower. But I was when I was talking about Crown Castle and Applied Materials before I realized you were talking about American Tower. That's where you kind of get because Marvel's not a REIT, so you're trying to compare a REIT to a company that has a product, and that's a little tricky to compare those two. And that's what I was saying yesterday with Applied Materials and Crown Castle before I knew you were talking about American Tower. Um, all right, let's see this sleeping rocket. You've been calling out lots of sleeping rockets, and them sleeping rockets have still been sleeping, so they must be really tired rockets. This is coming up to the high of the year at 455. You're gonna have pretty strong resistance there. And now it has been making a nice move up. If it breaks over this high, maybe not today, but possibly today. If it breaks over this high, whenever it does, then I would look for it to come back down and test this old resistance and become support, and then possibly it could be a good swing trade or even a little longer hold possibly. But until it breaks over that, then I wouldn't touch it because it could just hit that and then it could come back down. So what's up with Simi? Simi is still doing okay. It hasn't broke out big yet. It's got held up at 410. So it's trying to break 410. I mean, if you were in on Simi at the break of the triangle and you got in that $4 area, just have you a tight stop loss probably below 394, 393, something like that. But it looks like it's trying to break that 410 area. Once it breaks that 410 area, it's got room up to. It's got a little resistance at 415, and then some resistance at 420, and then 430. So there's still a lot of resistance ahead of this. So I wouldn't be looking for a whole lot out of it unless it starts pushing up and tries to break over 430. But I mean, there's still some potential here. Yeah, XLNX. I'm gonna trust Mark's analysis on XLNX. If he says it's probably better as a long term trade than a day trade, I'm gonna listen to what he says because he knows more about it. But XLNX, I mean, I don't see it being a day trade either. I just looked at it real quick. It's sold off. It's went up and it's went down. So, I mean, you maybe could look for a bounce at 94. But, I mean, it doesn't look like a great day trade to me. You think CMI is getting sued? Why do you want me to keep looking at PDD for? I told you my thoughts on it. Yeah, it's getting up to that high. I mean, it's nothing has changed. If it breaks this high, then yeah, it could keep going. But if it doesn't, then it's going to come back down. So I mean, one of two things are going to happen: the stock's either going to go up or it's going to go down. The interest area is at 948. So I mean, if it breaks that, then yeah, you could get a move up. I don't know what else you want me to look at it about. But if it doesn't break that, it's going to go down. It's Pretty simple. Yeah. Oh, CEMI dropped to being sued. Got you. Okay. So it was way up here at 15 and they got sued. Or they're getting sued or whatever. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Well, in that case, I'd be very careful on it. If the court cases are not finished yet, if they're still in. Here's the interesting thing, because if they're getting sued and they end up winning and not getting, and they actually win their case and don't get sued, then you could see a nice big rebound on this when that happens. But this is a whole nother thing you have to look at. But alright guys, I'm gonna call it a day. I appreciate everybody joining me today. We'll be back Monday, I think, as long as the stock market is open. I'm pretty sure it is, but I haven't checked yet to make sure. You guys have a happy 4th of July. Great 3-day weekend. Stay safe out there. Until next time.